Everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Varun Kaushal and I'm a legal intern at LEXIS and Company. Today we are going to discuss about the topic Havoc caused due to Benami transactions. Evading taxes through investing in assets with some other name and also getting return on investment for your black money. Seems good, right? The amendment of 2016 in Benami Transactions Bill you will not like, and this attracts rigorous imprisonments for the said act. As we are Indians and inventors of great solutions, one such solution for this is transferring the property again when you get to know that you can be interrogated and declared it as good faith. Lawmakers too have many solutions. Let's analyze these situations and make people aware that Benami transactions will not be easy anymore. The Benami Transactions Act 1988 was enacted to prohibit Benami transactions and the right to recover property held Benami and for matters connected therewith. Benami literally means without a name. In this act, the word Benami is used to refer to a property/asset with no name attached to it. The actual owner is not the person who has the legal title to the property. This act is essential to govern flow of black money invested in assets and not hoarding cash. Assets in this act comprises property, shares, debentures, fixed deposits, and bank accounts are held by one person for another. There are some terms required to begin the journey. Section 210 defines Benamidar as Benamidar means a person or a fictitious person, as the case may be, in whose name the Benami property is transferred or held and includes a person who lends his name. Section 212 defines beneficial owner as beneficial owner means a person whether his identity is known or not for whose benefit the Benami property is held by a Benamidar. The beneficial owner provides or pays consideration for purchase of property. Beneficial owner can be any person. Section 216 defines the fair market value as the price that the property would ordinarily fetch on sale in the open market on the date of the transaction, and where the price referred to in subclause 1 is not ascertainable, such price may be determined in accordance with such manner as prescribed in Rule 3 of Prohibition of Benami Transactions, Rules 2016. Transactions which qualify as Benami are transactions where property is transferred or to held by one person and the consideration for such property paid by another person, and property held for immediate or future benefit of person who gave the consideration, except when property is held by Karta or member of HUF, a person in fiduciary capacity for the benefit of another person like trustee, partner, director of company, or depository as agent of the actual buyer. Number 3, an individual in name of spouse and child. And number 4, joint owners, brother or sister, lineal ascendant or descendant. Transactions in fictitious name. Transactions where the owner of property is unaware or denies ownership. Transaction where source of consideration is unknown, that means not traceable. Let's discuss some of the examples for better understanding. Like Mr. X, a non-resident Indian, purchased a flat for 10 lakh in the joint name of his brother and himself and made the payment from an unknown source. One more example is Mr. Y, an Indian resident, purchased a flat for his son, a US resident, but he denies the ownership of the flat. Exigency for the amendment 2016. One is punishment. So before amendment, the punishment for Benami transactions was 3 years of jail, fine, or both. After amendment, the punishment phase will be of rigorous imprisonment for up to 7 years and fine up to 25% of fair market value of such property. As the time grows, laws get outdated and inefficient for the purpose of protecting right of people and rules laid by the government. Retransfer of property. If it is retransferred, then it will be declared null and void unless as per Section 190 of Finance Act 2016, where if undisclosed property could be disclosed, then it will be valid. The whole process affects the revenue generation of the government and hampers growth and development of the country. Since the percentage of taxpayers in a country is a miserable low, the government fails to successfully implement its policies and schemes due to lack of resources or will. A strong law against Benami properties is the need of the hour to check corruption. Field of vision. Number 1. The government took a great stance by amending the laws rather than getting new ones. An amendment was issued instead of new act because if a new act was introduced, then the transaction entered from 1988 to 2016 would get protection, as the law does not allow retrospective punishment. Number 2, people intentionally do this to avoid payment to their creditors, and by doing so they are hindering the revenue system in 2 ways. First, for their creditors by increasing their bad debt, and secondly by evading taxes themselves, encouraging use of black money. Benami transactions especially in the real estate market, prevail, skyrocketing the prices of lands because people who purchases lands in this way are ready to give more prices without disclosing to the government, creating an imbalance between price on paper and price in real. Number 4, Benami transaction in foreign currency is still the regular practice among businesses and big loss for Indian government as we can trace the account. The steps have been taken but still much more effort is still required. Number 5, in India, the currency for Benami is gold also, and it has a very wide scope for embezzlement. There is a practice in markets, people book gold with some other name and consideration is given by some other person. In conclusion, I would like to say that revenue for government is still embezzled and Indian people actually have methods, but government now has become stringent in many ways. These days we are seeing copy frauds, and it is also related to a topic, Benami person booking an injection or some other's name and then black marketing starts. This example above a small scenario we have discussed some really big problems in our video before with a view to curb these transactions and work for strengthening the economy and people of this country. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions regarding the video, please do ask in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel LEXCLIQ.